Hello guys, welcome back, and right here in this video we want to do something different. So previously we worked on a lot of things. We worked on the splash screen, we worked on the home page, we created custom dialogues. So you see now this is the home page we worked on, and this is the custom dialogue we made in the previous video, so you can go back and watch how we did that. And also we created the home page that worked with the bottom bar and the navigator stacks that navigate with each item being clicked. So currently we're on the profile page. So far we've done the top part, we've done the middle section, we've done the animation, so it can animate up when you click on the container. It will animate down when you slide it down. So right now we want to add a grid view to this blue space you see here. This grid view will contain images. You're gonna see images the user upload. The app will be fetching this from Firebase, so subscribe to the channel and make sure you're following up right now. So in this video we're going to continue. So we're going down to the last expanded widget in the navigator stack. So you recall we're using the expanded widget. So right now we're going to change the color to white. It's not going to be blue. We used blue previously to just indicate, just to indicate a region. So right now we're using white, and the child here is gonna be, I think I'll just use a grid view here, because but no, let's just use we're gonna use the grid view, yeah, because this is where the images will be displayed in the grid view. So this is how we declare a grid view. We call on the grid view.count. So calling on this, we're gonna start doing this, creating a grid view. So we're gonna call the cross axis. We're gonna use the cross axis count. So we're gonna give the cross axis count to 2. You can actually modify this to how it would fit your project, but right here I'm using 2. Also, we're going to give, apart from the other things, we're going to give the padding too. So we use the padding. You can say, okay, the padding would be age insert the all. Okay, we're gonna give that 10. So now I see the grid view. We're calling the grid view.count. We're calling on the cross axis count. We're calling on the padding. Now we're gonna use the we're gonna use the cross axis spacing. So the cross axis spacing, I'm gonna use 2. So this is how you declare a grid view. Let's not use that. It's a 5. We're using 5. It's not really complicated. It's not that complicated. So the main axis alignment, you see, is going to be 5 too. You see, the main axis alignment is going to be 5. The main axis spacing is going to be 5, just like the cross axis spacing. You see, the main axis space is going to be 5. You're going to have children here, so the grid view, just like the column and the row, is going to have its own children. So later in this video, you're going to see how to add images, because we're going to use images now to display on the grid view. So let's go to the logic.dart. In the logic.dart, this is where we write almost all our logic. We're going to return a list of strings you get. So this list of strings will be a list of image strings. So we're going to return this here. So we're going to call this image URL function. So that is it. Now we want to make sure we get the images you get. So normally these images should be coming from Firebase, but we are going to use our own images here. So we're going to create a package. I'm going to call this package asset. So yeah, so now in this asset I just copied these images. You see there under the asset, just check it out. You see the images, I just copied them and I pasted it inside the asset. So before you use them though, you need to go to the pop spec file and declare them, and I'm gonna show you how you do that. So but take note, I created a directory asset and I also put images in the asset. So right here in the pop spec file, this is how we declare asset images. So first of all, we come to the pop spec file, and in this section here under the asset, we're gonna just declare the images so that Android Studio or Flutter would know the directory that contains your assets, you see. Alright, so we're gonna declare. Remember to give the spacing 2 spacings from the right. So I have to count it 2 spacings from the right, or else it's gonna throw an error. So we're gonna change this to asset. But first of all, there's something I want to correct here. Okay, I'm gonna copy this directory. You see this asset directory? I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna paste it in the app directory there. I'm gonna paste it up there, So yes, I'm pasting it there. I'm changing the directory path right now. So I copied the asset directory and I put it inside the project directory. So now in the pop spec file, I'm gonna locate this directory for Flutter, telling Flutter, okay, my assets are in this directory. So coming to the asset section in the pop spec file, I'm gonna change this here to asset. Alright, so asset here. So let's get this off right now. So I'm just gonna come and say asset this. So okay, now this way Flutter would go to the asset and Flutter would now see, okay, we have images in that asset, you understand? So now we could just check it out and it works well. Okay, so right here now in the pop spec file, we're gonna run pubget. So running pubget now just to update the pop spec file, to take note of the changes, you see. So I think pubget is run. We're going to the logic.dat. We're gonna ignore this, and in the logic.dat we're gonna now fetch those images, and we're gonna return a list of images so that we show on the grid view. So we're gonna show those list of images on the grid view. So we're gonna go final list strings and all of that. But by right, later on in this video we're gonna be fetching images from Firebase. So but for now we're gonna use default images, you understand? So but later on in this video we're gonna get them from Firebase database. So I just wanna get everything set up on the UI before I go to the back end side of it, you get. So I'm returning here the list of items. So this is how to declare a list in Flutter dot, and you return the list here. Okay, alright, so I think we're done with this function here. So right here, okay, so back here again. Alright, so this is the profile bottom. This is where you're gonna design the bottom section for your profile page. So in the profile bottom here, first of all, go back to the navigator stack. This was wrong. Let's copy this from here. We're gonna remove this from the expanded widget, you see. So we're gonna copy this out, and then the profile bottom here, we're gonna place it inside the container, you understand? So this will display the grid view at the bottom of the profile page. So you can now see it's a previous code, though we wrote it, but we had to place it in the wrong side, so we're putting it in the right place now. This is the profile bottom here. We're gonna import it. We're importing this class now. So alright, so that's done. So now we're done there. We're gonna write the logic here. Remember, we created a logic class in the previous video of this series, I think so. In the previous video back there, in the part 2 or part 3 along that, we created the logic class. And in this class, we had to put a function. As you saw, we had a function that contains a list of images, that returns a list of images. So we're gonna call that function here right now. So we're gonna call a list of string, that's a list of pictures, and In the build method here, we're going to initialize the list. We're going to put the list. So if you're following the series, you can recall that in the previous video we created a class or a function inside the logic.dat. That function returns a list of images. So we're going to call the logic.imageURLs. Okay. We pass it down here in the container. We're going to pass the URLs. We're going to use the map. We're going to map each item in the list. We're going to map it and pass it to the card view. So we're going to use a map to get each item and pass the item down to the card view, and the card view will display to the user. So the card view, we're giving it, or the card, we're giving it a child, and the child for the card would be a center widget. You know, you say to list. We're going to change it to a list here, so we're calling on to list. All right. So the decoration here is a box decoration. Okay, and this box decoration would contain an image. This is a decoration image. Alright, so in this decoration image now, you see we're passing an image. This is how to create an image. If you want to create an image, you take note of this. You can use a decoration image. Then you're now passing the image as an asset image. So that asset image now, you're passing the path, you know. We're going to pass in the path, and the path is gotten from the mapping. You see, so we're passing the path for the image now. So this will display to the user on the screen, you see. So that is it. This is how to create an image, and you can make it to fit the box. So it will be box.fitbox. Or boxfit.cover, you see. So now in the logic.dat, remember we had some images here, and we had the wrong extension, you see. So we're going to use the right. Some of them were JPG, some of them were JPEG, you know. So we're making it right here, and okay, so we're done now. Okay, so the app is running, and the app is running now. You're gonna see the list of images that will come out in the grid view. So that is it. It's coming up. So we're going to, let's let the dialog go. The dialog is loading, logging in success. So from here we're going to go to the profile page, and there you see the grid view. So now the images are displayed, and this is how we're doing this. So in the next video or so, we're gonna work on first thing we're gonna do is navigate to the upload page, and in the upload page we're gonna go through the phone gallery. We're gonna get all the pictures out from the phone internal storage, and then we work on uploading them to Firebase and doing other things. So subscribe and make sure you're following up. Thank you.